Just wanted to share something with you quickly. This is Daisy. That wasn't what I wanted to share with you. I want to turn this around so that you can see me. But this is a book that I'm reading at the moment. This is Jung. And I know most of you probably wouldn't ever read it, so I thought it really shows how there is a collective soul and how he changed the whole way of psychiatry and understanding, the mind and the great collective. So here he is talking, because this was just his dreams. He didn't know how to go about publishing this book. So he's talking to someone here, and in it, while he talks here, I probably won't be able to say it. You can see that word, he didn't know how to bring it because it wasn't polished, and she said to him, this is January 1923, "What you told me some time ago set me thinking, and suddenly the other day while I was reading, you don't need to know, it came to me that you ought to make the principle which Goethe had handled so beautifully all through Faust, namely the placing of an opposition of creative and external with the negative and transient. You might not see right away what this has to do with the Red Book, but I will explain. As I understand it in this book, you are going to challenge men to a new way at looking at their souls. At any rate, there is going to be a good deal that will be out of the grasp of the ordinary man, just as at one period of your own life you would scarcely have understood it. In a way, it is a jewel you are giving to the world. It is not you. My idea is that it needs a sort of protection in order not to be thrown into the gutter and finally made away with by a strangely clad Jew. The best protection you could devise, it would seem. So I just thought that part there was amazing, because if you take that as a symbolism, that is where we're at now, and everything in our world is being taken away and threatened by very strangely clad JEWs. And the reason they're strangely clad, because I think in that, of course, he's naturally thinking about talking about Freud. She is Sigmund Freud, and who was sort of they were contemporaries, but they fell apart, because Sigmund was very much just into sort of sex, really, and the whole mother archetype and all that kind of thing. But here, this really shows in 1913 how we are a part of a great collective. These are the dreams that he had like a full 6 months before World War I broke out. Okay, so this is 1913. World War I didn't break out until Ferdinand was assassinated. I think that was about Archduke Ferdinand was assassinated, and his whole family, around June 1914. But you can see here God is talking to him, or his soul is talking to him, and that is what Jesus said, the Father and I are one, and that's what he wanted us to understand. 1st to the 2nd of October 1913, repeated vision of flood and death of thousands, and a voice that said, "This will become real." 3rd of autumn 1913, vision of the sea of blood covering the northern lands. 4th to 5th, 1913, image of a dead hero in the slaying of Siegfried in a dream. 6th of December 25, 1913, image of a foot of a giant stepping on a city, and images of murder and bloody cruelty. 7th of January 1914, image of a sea of blood and a procession of dead multitudes. 8th of January 22, 1914, his soul comes up for the depth and asks him if he will accept war and destruction. She shows him images of destruction, military weapons, human remains, sunken ships, destroyed states, etc. 9th of May 1914, a voice says that the sacrificed fall left and right. 10th to the 12th of June to July. So almost, it's just about to start here now. Thrice repeated dream of being in a foreign land and having to return quickly by ship, and the descent of the icy cold. Well, that was prophesying that where he was, that so I don't know how to turn this